it's an honor for me to speak in front of a group of leaders, all in one room. So I was thinking about, what do leaders care about? And I researched this a little bit. I mean, social science, I teach positive psychology, and what I found is that leaders really care about, way more than other people in our society, leaders really care a lot about success, okay? Which sort of makes sense, okay? And when you ask leaders, why do you care about success so much? They say, well, with success comes a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of, I'll help you guys out. A feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of prestige, perhaps. There comes a sense of, I've done this thing and I'm getting, recognition for it. And perhaps, in some sectors, with success even comes money. Now, when you ask people, why do you care about prestige and why do you care about the sense of accomplishment and all that? They say, well, because it brings me happiness. Like, it's nice for me to feel like, I'm, just helped a bunch of people out, or like people recognize me for my work. It feels good, okay? So I think we can all agree that success leads to happiness. But a really important piece here is to recognize success leads to short-term happiness. There's almost no data out there to show that success leads to long and sustained happiness and success. But here's the thing. There is a lot of data to show that this is the truth. Happiness leads to success. And not only does it lead to short-term success, it leads to long-term success. But we have to add one more thing to this statement. Authentic happiness leads to long-term success. Now, I believe, and this is a really important message that I really hope you remember from today, is that if you invest in becoming authentically happier yourself as a leader of your school, as well as invest in helping your teachers become more authentically happy, you're not only going to see a school in which people are happier and more joyful and they feel better, you're going to see a school that works better. You're going to see your students learn in a deeper level. They will get higher scores on tests, but they will also actually create things that change the world. Okay? This will come with it. I've seen it from experience, and the research also shows it. I believe that the pillars to create authentic happiness in schools really lies in three things. First is play. The second is mindfulness, and the third is relationships. Let's talk about play for a sec. Schools, actually organizations, in which people play together are organizations in which people work and learn better together. Okay? Being in a positive mind frame actually allows you to be more creative, and I'll touch on that a little bit later. But in a second, we're actually going to experience what play is like. Because I'm not just going to talk at you. I feel like you guys have been hearing a lot of what we're saying, and that's great, but I want us to be a little more active in a sec. Mindfulness we already touched upon, but I'll just say this. Mindfulness is the basis upon which you can build a calm and clear mind, upon which you can build emotional intelligence skills, such as self-regulation, self-motivation, empathy, social skills. All these things that, as Mr. Gaurav Padar was saying, are really, really the keys to success for people. Sure, you need to be able to have knowledge of other things, but without the EQ skills, it's very, very difficult to attain long-lasting success. And the last thing is relationships, because basically relationships, first of all, are the number one predictor of happiness. That's true in life and also at work. And secondly, because as a leader in your school, in my opinion, it is your responsibility to ensure that your relationship with your teacher is solid and supportive, but also the relationships within your teachers, teacher to teacher, are supportive and strong, as well as teachers to student. And that is a very, very hard thing to do. Okay? It's not a simple thing to do. But I think that if you actually spend the time to invest in that, you will see just incredible benefits come from it. So, I told you that we're going to experience play for a sec. So we're going to do that. Now, I like, for my students and the teachers that I work with, to embody three things right away as soon as I start working with them. The first is I want them to be able to experience creativity and be happy when they experience creativity, being really into it. Okay? The second is I want them to have this relentless pursuit of goals. If we're going to talk about leadership and we're going to talk about doing amazing things, like you have to pursue goals relentlessly. Okay? And the third thing is I want them to be really personable. And I want them to have really great social skills. Now, I have them kind of feel it and embody this with a game called the fireworks, the groundhog, and the person. The fireworks represent creativity, the groundhog, relentless pursuit of goals, and the person represents sociability. So, I'm going to demonstrate what fireworks look like, and you guys are going to do this with me if that's okay. All right. Basically, imagine that you had this incredible creative insight, and you're able to solve this really difficult creative riddles. Okay. I'm going to show you in a sec what your reaction is going to be to this. It looks like this. Okay. It's like you have your creativity pistols, and you're going to shoot them up into the air, and you're going to admire your these fireworks. You're going to have this moment of excitement, and then you're going to have a contented sigh. So it looks like this. You just had this moment of insight, and it looks like this. Ooh. Ah. All right? We're all going to do this right now. All right? Are you guys ready? So we're doing this. Here we go. So on 3, we're all going to go, ooh, ah. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Ah. Nice. Very good. Good job. Now, this game, we're actually going to do it in pairs, okay? So for the next thing, okay, which is the groundhog, it's basically a relentless pursuit of goals. You just like are going for it, you know, and the way you're going to symbolize it is it looks like this. On 3, I'll show you. It's just you're going to say, yeah, but like really excited. It looks like this. Yeah! Okay? Now, what we're going to do, though, is you're going to do this, but you're going to do it to a partner, and your goal is, as you do it, is to scare them half to death, okay? As you do it with them. Okay, ready? So, pick a partner right now. Pick a partner. All right. Okay. And everybody needs a partner. Does anybody need a partner? Okay. Right. So, on 3, okay? On 3. Are you guys ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Nice. Good. Good job. All right. The last thing is going to be this one. It's sociability, relationship, right? Like being good. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pretend to have a really horribly fake New York accent. And we're going to basically go and shake hands to the person. It looks like this. You're going to say, how you doing? So it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. How you doing? Okay? So on 3, you're going to do that with your partner right now. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. We're just starting. Go ahead and stand up for a sec. Stand up. Now, you're going to stand up and you're going to be back to back with your partner. Could you do that for a minute? Back to back with your partner. Okay. All right, very good. Now, remember, today's all about mindfulness and attunement and all that. Now, here's the thing. So the goal of this game, I'm going to count to 3, and the goal of this game is for both of you to turn around at the same time and do the same thing. Now, remember, there's 3 options, right? There's the fireworks. Ooh, there's the groundhog. And there's the how you doing, right? The sociability. All right. Now, the goal is this. You're going to turn around on 3 and do the same thing. But here's the catch. You're not allowed to talk. All right? You're not allowed to talk right now. No, like, booty Morse code or anything right now. Okay? You're not allowed to talk. Just try to get as attuned as possible. And make a decision. Make a decision right now as to what you're going to do. Go back to back. I'm going to count to 3. And on 3, you turn around and you do that thing with excitement. All right? Now, we're going to do it 3 times. So if you don't get the first try, that's okay. It's not your fault. It's your partner's fault. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Are you guys ready? On 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Very good. That's right. Good. Now, we're going to do it one more time. Let's turn around one more time. If you got it, Good for you. If you didn't get it, you have 2 more tries. Okay, ready? Back to back. Get centered. Think about what you're going to do. If you already got it, maybe switch it up. Here we go, back to back. On 3. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Last time. Here we go. Last time. Turn around, back to back. Last time. All right. Okay. Last time. Make a decision. Raise your hand. If you didn't get it, that's cool. This is your last chance. Right now. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Yeah. All right. Give yourself a hand. Have a seat. All right. Now here's the thing. Listen. This game, first of all, got you up a little bit, got the blood flowing a little bit, and actually, here's the thing. In a matter of about 2 minutes, your partner just saw a glimpse of the real you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no persona there anymore, right? The partner actually saw a glimpse of the real you. And here's the beautiful thing about games. Games allow vulnerability to come up to the surface in a safe way. And that is so freaking important. Okay? Vulnerability is such an important thing, especially when it comes to leadership. Now, before I move to that, I just want to say one thing about happiness. Sonali is going to give us a beautiful talk about, workshop on happiness a little later today. I'm really excited for it. Now, what I want you all to do, though, is as you think about the stuff that she's going to do, I don't want you to think about it as just like, oh, this is going to be fun and like play and kind of cutesy. It's going to make us feel good. It's way beyond, it's way, way more important than that. What she's going to do is really actually bring us into an entry point of a component that is critical to your school success. Okay? Happiness is critical to your school success, and play and fun. Now, Vishnu, I believe, is going to do a session on leadership, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know a ton about literature of leadership, but one thing that I do know for sure is that effective leaders understand that the most important asset is the quality of their leadership team and the ability of their team to work cohesively. That is the number one most important thing. Now, great leaders are able to create teams that do the following. The effectiveness of a team depends on having trust, teams that are not afraid of conflict, that can hold each other accountable, and that are committed to the team's success first, above their success. Okay? And this is actually research done by a guy called Pat Nilsioni in the States, and he's a leading researcher on leadership and teamwork. Now, this is way easier said than done. Are you with me? Like, it's really easy for me to stand up over here and talk about it. It's very easy for a leader to actually create that. Okay? And I believe that leaders create that with 2 primary things. Of course, there's many other things they need to do, but the first 2 things I'm going to show you now have to exist. The first is they need to model being vulnerable. Like, you actually, as a leader, need to model vulnerability. And the second thing, and by the way, being vulnerable, a lot of people talk about, hey, you know what, we need to fail. That's true. Like, we need to allow failure in order to succeed. I'm one of the first people, I absolutely 100% agree with that. But here's the other thing. You need to learn from your failure, right? So if you fail, you need to actually take a sec to learn from your failure. But recognize this. In order for you to learn from your failures, you need to own your failures. You need to say, I made a mistake. And that's a vulnerable act. And if you as a leader can do that, that opens up an incredible amount of possibilities for your teams. The second thing you have to do is you have to show them that you get them. You have to show your teachers that you get them and lead them with compassion. one of the most amazing CEOs in the United States, in fact, the CEO of LinkedIn, okay, Jeff Weiner, he's constantly rated as the #1 CEO. Like if you look at, all the magazines that, rank CEOs and all that, he's always #1. And what he believes in is that we need to lead people with compassionate leadership and with vulnerability. And if you do, and you do that well, the sky's the limit. I'm going to show you a quick video that might seem unrelated, but you'll see in a second I'll relate it. And specifically, it touches upon this idea of showing people that you get them. Okay? So I want to show you this quick video. I'll start it and... keeps going on forever. This video is it's like 150 million views on YouTube. It's crazy. Okay? Now, okay, so I showed you this video, and every single person in the room either laughed or at least smiled, like with a big grin, on your face, which is beautiful because it shows that we're all human. You're looking at this baby, he's smiling. You can't help but laugh or smile. He's so freaking cute. But this happens because we have something in our brain called mirror neurons. Okay? We all have mirror neurons. And it turns out that the teachers in your school that you're leading also have mirror neurons. And, right? And the thing is that your teachers, when they come to you with a challenge, or perhaps if they come to you feeling kind of bad about something, they need to see that you get them. Like your facial expression and your empathy towards them needs to show them that you understand what they're going through. Because if you do, and if your facial expression shows that you are tuning to them, that you understand what's going on for them, then they know that they're not crazy. They know that what they're experiencing makes sense, and they feel supported. They feel like they can then take off and, do the things that they're going to do because they have your support. If you are unable, or if you don't show them empathy, if you don't, show literally with your facial expression that you understand what's going on for them, they're going to get stuck. And they're going to feel threatened. They're going to be like, wait, am I weird or something? So it's really important, and I just want to say one last thing about this. 90% of communication is nonverbal. Okay? So a lot of times it's really important to listen to what is not said. Okay? Empathy is about experiencing like the connection with the heart, right? Not just like what is said with words. And as leaders, we absolutely need to do that. And it turns out that empathy is also the first step of design thinking. And I'm really excited for Willie's session later, and he's going to kind of talk to us and take us through this what design thinking is all about. Okay? But I'll just say this. The mark of a great school is not one that produces kids that can score in the 99th percentiles on tests and everything. Look, I work in a school where we send kids to Harvard and Stanford all the time and stuff. Okay, and to be frank with you, great, that's nice. I mean, it's nice. I'm not going to, it's fine. That's a good thing. But I also don't think that that's what makes us a great school. Okay, the mark of a great school, in my opinion, is a school that helps its young students, its people, affect change in the world. That empowers them to use their innate gifts and their abilities to actually solve real problems in the world. And how will our students solve real problems in the world how will they do it if they're unable, let's say, to empathize and understand, the actual problems that people have in the world? They have to empathize first. Without empathy, you don't understand what the problems are on a deep level, right? They need to be able to define the problem. They need to be able to come up with crazy ideas and actually pick one of them and rapidly prototype them and test them in the field with people to see that it's actually solving the problem. And if not, to ideate again. That's the mark of a great school. And I believe that it is time for every school in the world to provide students with this design thinking skills and to provide students with the creative confidence that they all innately have. And I really look forward to learning more about that with you guys today. Thanks.